Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I will be working in my creative journal that I just started a few weeks back. I've just been practicing collage as well as other techniques, and I've really been enjoying this journal. But today is an extra special video. This is actually a collaborative video. I'm collaborating with one of my favorite journalers, Helen Colebrook. She's the creator of Journal with a Purpose on Patreon, as well as her blog, which is Journal with a Purpose, where you can find Helen in the description box below. I will also leave links to all of the products I use, including products from my shop, which is thefibertree.com, as well as products from Helen's brand new range with creative expressions. Before I get started with my journaling spread, I'm actually going to show you the beautiful collection here. So here is, I believe, the entire collection of new products. This is Helen's very first product line, and everything is absolutely beautiful. So why don't we start with the paper pad? So the paper pad is 36 single-sided pages, 6 designs, and you get 6 pages of each design. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through of these beautiful pages. And I'm actually going to pull a few of the ones I know I want to use in today's spread. So I know I want to use that one. So beautiful. Going for pinks and blues today. So let's see what I come up with. And I think I want to use this one here because this so beautifully mimics one of the stencils I'm going to show you shortly. Just beautiful pages. Very subtle, not too bold, so you can easily blend these with products you already have at home. So that's the paper pack. There are also three clear stamp set. One is the planning essentials, your days of the week, and your headers. Don't forget review, to do, and goals. And these were all hand lettered by Helen. The next stamp set is the foliage collection. You can see there. And then finally, of the stamp sets, there is the beautiful bouquet. There are also stencils. Here is the Tulip Triumph. So beautiful. This one here is called the Star Lily Field. My favorite, which is the Floral Daydream. So beautiful. Then finally, of the stencils, this is the Leafy Trails. I'm going to put this one to the side because this is the one that coordinates so beautifully with this paper here. So I'll put that to the side. And there are also 3 sets of dies. So these are meant to be used with your die cutting machine. This one is called Flower Garden. This one here is called Leafy Wreath. So you get this beautiful wreath here as well as this lovely leaf. And then finally, of the craft dies, it is the Walk in Nature. Again, so beautiful. And I love the simplicity of these designs because these are going to be timeless in your collection. And you'll also be able to, again, mix and match them with products you already have. And finally, of the collection are 2 sets of washi tape in green and in pink, which coordinate perfectly with the paper pack. And even the washi tapes mimic some of the florals that you saw in the paper pack. Again, all of these were designed and drawn by Helen herself. And the green pack is almost the same, a few subtle differences. I'll pull that out so you can see that as well. So here are the green tapes, so beautiful. And I will definitely be using probably both of these in today's spread. So the journaling prompts that both Helen and I will be working on are florals, collage, and habits I'm working on. So let's get started. So we'll definitely be doing some collage journaling. And once I have the spread all set, then I'll actually do some writing. So sit back, enjoy, grab a comforting beverage, and we'll chat again shortly. So as you can see, in addition to some of Helen's products, I've pulled a few things from my stash. Some papers that I thought would coordinate with what I've already pulled from Helen's collection. Some coffee dyed paper that I created a few months back. I've got some embellishments, some text, vintage text paper, and a couple of tags. I'm not going to use all of this, but I figured it's better to have more than you need than not enough. And last night I played around with my die cutting machines and some of those beautiful dies from Helen's collection. Of course, I had to baggie them up because if I left them on the dining room table, Cashmere would have had a ball with them. Cashmere is my cat, my very mischievous cat. So here we go. Look how beautiful these turned out. I will link to the die cutting machine that I use to create these as well. So beautiful. These are from a variety of the dies that I showed you. And again, I'm not going to be using all of these, but I did want to show you how pretty they are once you cut them out. Okay, so I'll lay these off to the side until I'm ready to use them. So now I'm just tearing off some bits of paper that I want to use in this collage. And if I can, I really want to incorporate this tag that I had in my stash because I really like it. It says note to self. So I may do a little bit of writing on this, or I may just have it as a decorative element. You trim this up just a little bit. Okay, so I'll lay that off to the side. One of the things I'm working on, which is not what I'm going to write about today, is just keeping my workspace tidier when I am doing collage. Sometimes when I'm done, it looks like a bomb went off in the room. So this year, that is something I definitely want to work on. So that's beautiful. And what else do we have? I definitely want to use this beautiful coffee dye dolly. I probably will just cut off a little bit of this, not the whole thing. I'll put that off to the side. This paper too is equally beautiful. It's so precious to me. So I just want to use a little bit of it because I want it to stretch. I want to be able to use this as often as possible. If I remember, I will try to link to the coffee dot paper tutorial that I used. I put the embellishments off to the side, and this is a really beautiful piece of paper. It almost has it does have a metallic quality to it, and it's got, it looks like it's aged. And so I'm just gonna, oh, this is so tough. I can't, oh yeah, I can tear it. I do carry vintage paper packs in my shop. No two packs are alike, and some of them definitely have this beautiful paper here. So I'm just going to use that tiny piece there. It's so pretty. Lay that off to the side. And finally, I think I'm going to use this. This is really, it looks like it's been crumpled, but it's not. It's actually the design in the paper, so I definitely want to get a piece of this. Okay, so I think I have enough paper to use, so now I just need to arrange these on the page. This is actually my second time working with Helen's products, and I remember the first spread that I made, I covered up a lot more of her paper than I wanted to. So for this one, I want to make sure that that's not the case. I want these beautiful papers to be like front and center. Okay. And yeah, I say collage is really just, it's a beautiful, beautiful exercise in patience and letting go. This is your time to just relax and be creative. And remember that there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just enjoy your time. So I really like the way this is coming together. I do want this newsprint to be a little bit more prominent, so I'll pull that down, and maybe I'll cut this down just a little bit. So how does that look? I think that's really, really pretty. So now my challenge is to make sure that I keep this exactly how I want it. So I'm going to lay it over here, and then I'm going to start gluing things down. Sometimes I use a glue stick, but I really enjoy using this, just some basic PVA glue in these glue bottles. And you can find these in just about any craft and journaling shop online, and even in some of the local stores. Okay, so I'll get this thoroughly laid down. And usually when I add one of these to my spreads, I don't worry about putting glue in these little sections here, because it does tend to seep through and gets a little messy. But I will put a couple of dots right there on the solid sections that don't have cutouts on them. I'm gonna lay that right there. one more thing. I realized I covered up much more of this paper than I wanted to. So I'm going to see how this would work if I just put this little piece here. I think that's going to work just fine. Maybe I'll put it here so that I'm not covering up the other piece. Okay, so that's looking pretty nice. Now what I want to do is, I think I want to start using some of the die cuts that I cut out last night. Just going to place a few. Let's see, do I want to collage these or do I want to spread them over the page? That's really pretty. That's really pretty to have these collaged in one place. So let's get this glued down. Sometimes when I'm doing a spread, I will purposefully not put the glue all the way to the edge, because sometimes I do find I want to come back and stick things under there. So that's a little tip for you, not to glue your pages completely down unless you're sure you're not going to tuck anything under them. Okay, let's get this one. It's such a good time working with these last night. So absolutely beautiful, so delicate, so simple. I can totally see using these in so many ways. Okay, so let's see, what else do I want to use? I'm going to also use a few of these for the right hand side. This will be a 2-page spread. These beautiful, beautiful leaves. They're so delicate, so lovely. Just trying to get a feel for how I might want to use these. Let's see here. Okay, and here's the other one. I'll put this one here because it'll stand out a little bit better. All right, so let's get these glued down. And I think I'm only going to put glue on the tips of these because I kind of like the way they move and they like come off of the page. So let's okay, so we've got that one glued down. Let's get this one. And the same with this. I'm just going to put glue on the 2 bottom leaves. Tuck this one right under here. This one right under there. We'll leave that open so it can move. Almost gives the appearance that it's just blowing in the wind. Just so much fun. If you are new to the channel, you will also find, in addition to journaling and planning content, you will find the main content is from one of my favorite crafts, which is using yarn. So I not only love art journaling, but I also love to knit and crochet. And every other week I upload a video so that my viewers can keep up to date with the projects that I'm working on. So yeah, there's a lot of fun crafty goodness going on in this channel. So I'm going to lift this up so you can see what I have thus far. So now I'm trying to think, what else do I want to do? I think I want to add a little bit of stamping. Let me see, let me grab. Okay, so I have I'm going to use some archival ink to put just a little bit of text onto this page. And this is actually a text stamp that was a part of a set, and I just cut a tiny piece of it because I know that I'm always loving to just add a little bit of text to the background of my pages, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And I am using an archival ink. Just in random places on the spread. This can also be done before you start adding your elements onto your page, and build out your page that way. And again, remembering there is no right or wrong way to doing this. Okay, so I think that looks good. Just a little bit of text. And now I think I'm going to add just a few of these embellishments. Not a lot, just a few. These have some sticky backing on them, but I'm going to add just a little bit more glue just to make sure they stay. So I'm going to put one like right in the center of that flower. And let's add another one in the center of the other flower. Just a tiny dot of glue. And let's add one more onto our page. I won't add one to this flower because I love that right there and I don't want to lose that. So I think I'm just going to place this one right here. 3 seems to be a nice number. Okay, so I might come back to this page because this definitely looks a little bare down here, but we're going to work on the other part of the page now. And let's see, what do I want to do? First of all, I want to add this stencil to a good portion of the background. Let's see here. I think I'm going to use my tea dye distress ink. That's lovely. That's exactly what I wanted. So let me get this covered up. So we have our, so here, and let's see, what else did I want to add to here? I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. What do I have left? I definitely want to use these leaves here. Remember, this is where most of my writing is going to be, so I don't want to cover up too much of the page. I think that looks really nice. Do have one more flower left. You know what? I think I'm going to bring it right over here. That's going to help with some of the bareness of the page, of the bottom of this page. Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. Make sure this book is in frame. Okay. All right. So, just going to put a little bit of glue onto this flower. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we're going to add a quote right here once I'm sure everything is dry. And let's get our little tag glued up. I really like the way that looks. I just placed a tag and I embellished that tag with some of the leaves that I cut out on my die cut machine yesterday from Helen's collection. And I think I'm ready to start writing now. So I'm going to fast forward through this portion. Okay, so now that my journal writing is done, I'm going to add a few finishing touches. So I definitely want to use some of this beautiful washi tape. So I'm going to start off with the pink. And I'll tear a little piece of this off to the side of this little tag here so that I can get some pink on this page. And I'll take this other piece and lay it right here. So beautiful in its simplicity. And we'll just add this to here. And what if I add this piece right here? Okay, so is there anything else I want to add to this page? The only other thing I think I may want to add are maybe some white splashes to just this side of the page, and I might actually put a few over here. So I'm going to be using this Winsor Newton ink. I purchased these as a set of 4 from Amazon, and I use them all of the time. Don't need a lot, but I just love adding that as a finishing touch. I just think it makes all the difference. Let me add a few here. I sometimes find I leave so much ink behind on the brush. I don't like wasting anything. To add my quote, I'm going to be using quotes from Helen Colebrook's Journal with Purpose Patreon. She comes out with a new set of these every month. So let's see, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to do the Let's Make This the Best Year Yet. So these come as a PDF, and what I like to do is print it out on sticker paper, so it just makes it easy to adhere it to the page. But you can also just print this on white paper and glue it down. I have my quote I want to use. I'm going to just ink up the edges of this so that it blends a little bit better. And finally, I'm just going to put a very faint line to frame this quote out. I love doing this. Here we go. So I do believe we are all done. We've got collage, we have florals, and I have my writing about habits I want to work on. And I'll share with you what I wrote. It says, as we embark on the new year, I cannot help but think about the good things I accomplished, as well as the areas on which I need to improve on. One thing I really want to work on is tied to my word of the year, which is adaptability. I often find that when life takes unexpected turns, I have a tendency to shut down. Knowing that nothing ever stays the same, I want to work on adapting better to those changes. I might not be able to do everything I want, but most of the times I can definitely work around these changes and focus on what I can do instead of nothing at all. So I think that those encouraging words to myself are a perfect way to start 2023. Is your goal to start journaling in 2023? To start your journaling journey? I hope so. And I would love to be a part of that. So again, visit thefibertree.com. Subscribe to this channel, as I will be definitely adding more planner and journaling content in the weeks and months to come, and in the years to come, I hope. I also want to extend a huge thank you to Helen, who asked me to collaborate with her this month. I am over the moon excited about that, and I will definitely be sharing with you more videos around her beautiful brand new product line with Creative Expressions. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave me a comment and like this video. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and signing up for notifications so that you'll be notified when I release the next video. So I hope you have a beautiful day and stay well and healthy. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.